Hey everybody, welcome to the Herding Humanity YouTube channel. I'm sure you organically found it in the search engine because a lot of you were searching for, hey, how do I herd sheep? Well, there's going to be a lot more great videos like that, how to herd goats, how to herd pigs, all sorts of fun stuff that I know is going to go viral because I know it's a topic that interests a lot of people, especially, of course, herding herding humanity. And again, the whole concept of the channel is about humans who love herding animals. That's all. So obviously with the Eclipse, since I love animals and this is a channel about herding, generally, I want to talk about how we can all keep our pets safe during the solar eclipse. Now, some of you may have seen some of these movies out there. Like I saw this movie called Leaving the World Behind or something like that. And there was a lot of weird stuff happening with the animals with like sounds in the air, stuff like that. So I think it's really important we keep our pets safe during the eclipse. Now, obviously, it would be too sane to just keep them inside, kind of like during Halloween and stuff. They say like they go missing. That'd be too sane of an idea to keep them indoors. So for those of you that want to put your pets outside, obviously, before I read you this article from Time Magazine, my advice would be to get little solar eclipse glasses for your cats and dogs. Because to me, that seems like the most sane thing to do would be to just do that. Then you know that they're completely safe. You don't have to worry about somebody coming and abducting the pet or anything like that. We just got to protect the retinas. Now, of course, we all know, got to make sure it's certified, that it's 33333 certification on those Eclipse glasses. But most importantly, I think we all know that the Eclipse glasses that are certified obviously will protect your eyes from the eclipse, even though it's just some thin piece of paper that nobody really knows. So anyway, here's from Time Magazine. The solar eclipse set to cross North America on Monday, April 8th, has humans aflutter with anticipation. Me too, I have goosebumps. But the phenomenon, and even more so the crowds it attracts, could be disorienting and anxiety-inducing for pets and humans. During solar eclipses, when the sky briefly turns dark, dogs may cower, birds stop flying and grow quiet, and nocturnal creatures emerge. Excuse me, I don't have my visuals on. My oculars. I used to be an oculist, by the way. I love eyeballs. That's for the algorithm. But the bigger concern for pets, veterinarians tell Time, are the anticipated mass gatherings. Millions are expected to travel and attend eclipse viewings that will likely provoke strong emotions in humans, which could unsettle animals. Jerry Klein, chief veterinary officer of the American Kennel Club. I dated a few girls who were a part of the Kennel Club. They weren't on the board of the Kennel Club. They look like they belonged in kennels. I'm just kidding. Boom. Tells Time that veterinarians are more concerned with the impact of human behavior and activity on pets during the event, rather than actually what the eclipse is going to do to the animals, right? And I heard some theories out there about people coming and taking other people's animals. That's all just this crazy talk that people say, like around Halloween, that animals seem to go missing. That stuff's crazy, okay? I think the thing we need to be concerned about is that the dog or cat gets confused that for 4 minutes, it's no longer the day, that it thinks it's the night, and suddenly the cat wants to go to bed, right? I mean, that's crazy, even though most cats are sleeping 24 hours a day. But, those are important things going on today. So it's important for pet owners to plan ahead. Think about where you're going to be, the best place for your pet to be, and then prepare to make them safe and comfortable. Now, I also want to point out that not just putting glasses on the dogs, I don't think, and cats is a good idea. I think it's a great idea. But I also think we should dress them up. Because it's the eclipse, and if they're not having fun, then we're not having fun. If people aren't having fun, and they aren't clueless sheeple, then how is anybody supposed to enjoy the eclipse? So why don't you think about maybe sewing a shirt, a sweater for your dog or your cat? I think that's a great start to having a super fun day. Okay, maybe even petting your cat or dog's nails would be cute. In eclipse colors, black and white, Black and white, maybe even black and white checkerboard nails on the dog or cat. There wouldn't be anything weird or suspicious about it because, again, black and white, the eclipse, the moon and the sun. I think it's a really great idea. That's what I'm personally going to do. I'm actually wearing a black and white checkerboard outfit with a apron, kind of like a bib smock thing that I wear, has a huge hem on it. And I'm painting my fingernails as well, black and white. So, back to the article, because we have to make sure that these pets are in a great place. We have to keep them in a great peace of mind as well. Okay, so make sure that wherever your pets are, that their needs are met. So if your pet wants to get combed, pet them, comb them, right? If your dog wants to eat your flesh, allow him to. Okay, do without will. Duh. I mean, look, everybody's rights matter but your own. So if the dog wants to bite on your throat, you know what I mean? What's the big deal? So don't bring pets to large gatherings is also advice given by veterinarians. They say their main advice is to avoid bringing pets to the eclipse viewings that might have big crowds, potentially loud noises, and excitable humans that stress the animal. Quote, you really need to think about all the crowds, all the people, all the noise, and that's the biggest concerns I have with the pets. Honestly, they're going to be reacting to our excitement and all the commotion that's happening during the eclipse rather than the eclipse itself. Now, I'm not really sure who's bringing their pet to an eclipse event. Like, I don't even know where these things are occurring. Are people meeting in large fields? Is that what the plan is? Are they going to like Ohio and they're just meeting in the middle of a cornfield, you know, with the children of the corn, and they're going to go stare up at the eclipse and not be suspicious at all about what's going on around them while they're getting sprayed with aluminum and barium? Is that what it is? Because I'm trying to figure out who's bringing their pets. Now, I get it, I guess, if you're going all the way across the country to go to Texas or something to go and view the eclipse, so you have to bring your dog, maybe. Couldn't you leave him in the hotel room? Or the RV, or wherever you got them? Now, is anybody bringing their kittens? Meow. Is anybody? I don't know. If you're bringing your cats, I don't know if that's a good idea. But if you are, well, again, my best advice to you is to make sure he's wearing his glasses, your cat glasses. So this says most animals are going to be unfazed. Okay, well, that's good to know that they're going to be unfazed, yet we have an article from Time Magazine trying to get people out there pets anxiety. Ugh. Keep pets inside, it says. Experts say the best thing to do is keep your pets inside, which, of course, would just be what we call, or used to call, common sense. To avoid unnecessary stress, really, that is the best advice. Just keep them inside. Klein says that dogs might not be as excited about this phenomenon as we are, but they take their cues from humans because of our closely interviewed behaviors and actions. And again, really important to control the behavior of your dog, but very, very much so more important than controlling the behavior of your dog is controlling the behavior of the human being. So obviously it's all about behavioral control, wink, wink. It goes on to say, I would say that trying to keep things as regular as possible. If they're in their own environment, they may feel more safe and secure. Looking directly at the sun can be harmful to animals, as it is to humans, but experts say pet owners shouldn't worry during the eclipse because animals do not naturally look at the sun, and we shouldn't encourage them to. We should force our pets to do something that's potentially dangerous or personally they don't want to do. So don't let anything your pet doesn't want to do, don't force them to do it. So when your pet wants to eat somebody, don't tell them no. You know what I mean? Do what thou wilt. Again, we shouldn't force our pets to do something they don't want to do, right? So, you know, just like our kids. You want your kids to clean after themselves? They don't want to do it, so don't teach them to do it, right? Your kid is 5 years old and doesn't want to use the toilet? How dare you tell them to use the toilet? Come on, we need them more dependent on the government. We can't even have them wipe their own butts, you know? And again, if your dog or your cat, you know, say your dog wants to maul the mailman, right? Well, I mean, just let him maul the mailman. That's what the dog wants to do. Okay, this is the new world we're living in. Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law, right? The law of, what is it? The rule of law under love, blah, 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 blah. You know, let everybody do what they want, except, of course, people who speak and the stuff they say doesn't line up with what's going on. Well, you need to silence those people. So anyway, experts say it's not a good idea to put eclipse glasses on your pet. What? See, I should read these beforehand. Buzzkill. I'm totally bummed out now. I don't care what the experts say. Who says that? So now what? We have experts on pets and, you know, what somebody's done a study on putting glasses, eclipse glasses on your cat and dog? I'd like that job. Who is it, Bill Nye? Jeez, don't try to put glasses on your pets. That's going to be more annoying, and they're going to wonder what the heck's going on. My dog would be the one that would paw them off their head and chew them up and eat half of them. So what? So maybe your dog identifies as somebody who eats eclipse glasses. They want to paw it off their head, and they want to eat it and poop it out. Who is this person to say? What a jerk. They say experts experts reassure, I was reading ahead. Experts reassure pet owners that animals don't look at the sun naturally. So even if pets are outside, they'll probably be fine. Only the sheeple will stare directly at it. Duh. I mean, come on. What do you think? Animals are, you know what I mean? Animals couldn't care less. Only the sheeple will ooh and ah and stare directly into it, right? When they're like, hey, you know, there's a chance you could go blind. They're like, oh, I'll put on these cheap 3D glasses that the government's telling us to wear to protect our eyes. And when I go blind, I won't even think anything of it, right? Hey, there's a risk. You could go blind looking at it. Maybe all the advice out there should be don't look at the eclipse, right? But then the ritual can't occur. If you're not looking at it, you can't be connected to the ritual. So you got to make sure everyone's looking at it. And all the people are like, what's the worst thing that happens if I look at this thing? Now you go blind. It's going to be fun for about 3 minutes and 22 seconds. I might as well look at it. Right? Oh, yep. All right, it says you can also take more added measures to reduce pet stress and exposure to the sun by drawing curtains and moving cat climbing posts or other items away from windows, doors during the eclipse. Leah Ellis, a veterinarian at the Prince Edward Island Humane Society in Canada, tells Time magazine. It goes on to say, it's continuing. If you leave home, be prepared for long travel. If you're in public, keep your pet on a leash. I say we keep the humans on a leash too. Watch out for and respond to stress signs. If needed, provide distractions. This is about a 700-page essay, by the way. I can't finish the whole thing because it's got to keep this at 15 minutes. Be prepared. Your pet may be hungry or tired, so obviously, these people might forget to feed their pets, so they need to remind them that you have to feed the pets. Okay. Minimize risks around outdoor animals. Oh, that sounds crazy. I thought if we saw, a wolf or a werewolf, we were supposed to run up to him with our shirts off and our arms in the air and try to give him a hug. My plans today, if I saw a grizzly bear outside, I was going to run up and tell him about the eclipse and make sure he has his glasses on. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing, right? And then at the end of the article, it says stock up on supplies. That's interesting. Some experts suggested making sure you have enough food, water, medications, and other items you need for your animal in advance of the eclipse, especially if you're traveling as large crowds are expected. That could potentially put a strain on supplies in popular destinations. That's not convenient if it's another excuse for the supply chain. But if you're looking at medications, definitely get your Imodiums, packed up. You never know if when Taco Bell might hit your system if you're going to be on the road. You might be forced into T-Bell or McDonald's. You're going to need it, especially if you're going to fight off that fetus in you. I can't get any more algorithms. So anyway, folks, this is Hurting Humanity. These are some tips. Obviously, I ignore what the veterinarian said. I think you should put the cute glasses on your pets because I think it's adorable. Don't you? Of course, I'm going to have mine duct taped to my face along with my mask, and that's the last advice I give. Always have your mask on. Glasses and mask, and then, sooner or later we could eventually get rid of the rest of the skin on our face. Hopefully we could find other types of coverings. Then we could literally just walk around like Michael Myers, or the Riddler or something, and we could have a huge mask over our face, or lucha libre, they say. That's next up. So first, tape your glasses to make sure they don't fall off. I personally, I staple my daily face wear that I wear to protect myself from the common cough. I have those stapled into my ears. I actually got ear piercings to keep it connected. I keep my mask connected that way. So that's another thing I recommend. But you can never be too safe in today's world, huh? All right, everybody. Always remember love wins. Stay safe out there. Meow. Roof. Bye.